Honestly, I still am struggling. And I feel like I should mention it because that's part of the human experience. And I'm currently still struggling. Every single day, it's a battle between love and fear. It's a battle of like not falling back into the old patterns. When something is telling me in my head, no, this is all a lie. Why do you even believe in miracles? You are such a child. You need to be logical. It's me having to connect to my higher self that says, don't listen to the noise. Go to the whisper. Go to the whisper. Go to the whisper. But in order to hear the whisper, you have to constantly be able to silence the noise. And I think it's done through meditation, through being around people like you, because we are each other's mirrors. And when we reflect to one another our truth, we become so much stronger. And that's why I love what Holo Movement is doing and the Purpose Lab, because this way we're going to become united and get so much stronger.
Hi, my name is Zenka Caro. I'm founder of LightNet, and my passion and purpose is to remove the word impossible from your mind. I'm here today with Naré Mkrtchyan. Her passion and purpose is to show humanity the beauty and truth of their heart. And she does this through films. She's an Oscar-nominated, shortlisted director. Her films have shown all over the world. She was born in Armenia to a father who was a film director and a mother who was a TV personality. But she grew up in Los Angeles and went to the very prestigious Southern California School of Cinematic Arts. Her films cover the Armenian genocide and also salsa dancers. She's worked producing things for Netflix and Hallmark films. She is an incredible gift to this world, alchemizing our pain into something beautiful and reaching across borders.
My purpose is to show humanity the beauty of their heart and their truth, and we are all one, and we're love. Everything else is lie. That's my purpose. Honestly, I feel like my whole life I felt it, and even as a child, I felt it. And I remember as a child, I always felt that, oh, there's the body, there's the mind, but there's something behind it all, something bigger. I felt that as a child. And I always wanted to tell stories. But as I grew older, I realized that I can do this through filmmaking. So in a weird way, I guess I always knew my purpose, but then I found the tools in order to shape my purpose into physical reality. Even though, because I always felt this truth deep within my heart, but we know we live in a very noisy world. And the noise was covering everything. And what's interesting, I got to the light through extreme darkness. I was in a very dark period in my life. Even though I reached a point in my life where I was reaching some of my dreams, but the dreams were not fulfilling me because they were fulfilling my ego, but not really my true purpose. And then in that darkness, somehow there was this incredible light that came to me. And that was the moment when I realized, okay, this is what I need to do. And I felt home. I finally felt fully home. And this was about 6 years ago. For me, the ego is something that is more materialistic. It's something that is coming from the mind. For example, as a filmmaker, my ego kept saying, oh, I want to win an Oscar. But then the soul is saying, hey, like, do you really want to win an Oscar, or is it more about telling stories that matter? And if you win an Oscar while telling stories that matter, that's great. But have fun with it, play. But the ego was saying, oh, I want to be in the glamorous Hollywood parties, And so I guess the ego is always trying to make you feel important. And I'm guessing maybe because the ego is not eternal, well, the soul is. So the ego is really trying to cling to something when the soul is just flying free and having fun and just on this journey, which is eternal for billions and billions and billions of years and is always going to be here. Yeah, so 6 years ago, I was going through a lot of darkness, and this was after I was shortlisted for an Oscar. So I was very close to reaching my dream. And in that moment, I realized that there's such a thing as ego. Because in that moment, I was feeling like, do I really want this? And if I want it, where is this coming from? And I was kind of also seeing a lot of the lies and the games in Hollywood. And it was hurting me because I love filmmaking so much. To me, it's something sacred, to be honest, because I think, in a weird way, I think filmmaking is like a shamanic experience because you are telling stories and you can alchemize pain into healing. So seeing the way it was being used was very hurtful to me. But then also other things were happening in my life, and everything felt like it was collapsing. Everything that my ego was clinging onto was all of a sudden collapsing. And I was going through dark night of the soul, but I didn't realize what it was in that moment. And I kept acting like everything is okay. So I was telling everyone, oh, no, this is fine. Everything is fine. But then I was feeling that, no, one day I'm okay, and then another day I'm not okay. But what was magical, there came a day when I accepted that I'm not okay. And I accepted that I don't need to be strong anymore. Honestly, I feel like things are better in a way that I'm at more peace with myself because now I'm being truthful to my purpose. I'm being truthful to the reason why I'm here on this planet. And I think we're all here for a reason. Otherwise, we would not be on this planet. But I feel like when you're going against your path, it's so difficult. And when you're going and serving your true mission, everything just unfolds. And sometimes it's so easy that you can't even believe how easy it is. But that's how it's supposed to be. And in a strange way, it's like a play. But we are always told to not play. We're told to be serious about it. It's supposed to be difficult. You need to do everything that is against what you want to do to be able to even be able to afford anything. But that's not really true. I think it's all when everything flows together, that's when magic happens. And things can only flow together if you're truly on your path. That's the secret. I think the secret is it's just so simple. And it's so funny because I think because it's so simple, we have such a hard time to accept it. But that's what it is. That's all it is. And then miracles happen because everything is a miracle. Our universe is a miracle. Our existence is a miracle. Miracle is the reality, not the other way around. Yet we live in a world that everybody is like, no, be logical, be realistic. Well, logical and realistic is believing in miracles. Because existence is miracle, life is miracle, the universe is miracle. Honestly, I still am struggling. And I feel like I should mention it because that's part of the human experience. And I'm currently still struggling. Every single day, it's a battle between love and fear. It's a battle of like not falling back into the old patterns. When something is telling me in my head, no, this is all a lie. Why do you even believe in miracles? You are such a child. You need to be logical. It's me having to connect to my higher self that says, don't listen to the noise, go to the whisper. go to the whisper, go to the whisper. But in order to hear the whisper, you have to constantly be able to silence the noise. And I think it's done through meditation, through being around people like you, because we are each other's mirrors. And when we reflect to one another our truth, we become so much stronger. And that's why I love what Holo Movement is doing and the Purpose Lab, because this way we're going to become united and get so much stronger. But yeah, the truth is, I'm currently struggling. I'm always struggling with my ego and my mind. It's a constant work. And maybe, I mean, I'm sure there are incredible people who have reached a place where they're not struggling anymore, but I'm not there yet on my path. And I'm going to be honest. I know I'm going to get there, but I have to do the walk right now on this part of the journey where I am learning so many of these lessons, and I am recognizing my shadow, and I am seeing the darkness. Everything is coming out, and I'm just sitting with it with love and acceptance and compassion, and constantly reminding myself, go to the love, go to the love, go to the love. But it is struggle, and I honor the people who are struggling with this, but they're still walking the path. It has to do with, I think we need to be brave, be courageous. We have to be brave to serve love. So yeah, right now I'm on the path of my journey where I'm working on being brave, to live my life courageously and to fully trust my path, that was my purpose, that was given to me, and to fully embrace it and understand that the purpose that is given to you has nothing to do with you. It's coming from a higher place. And never let the little self stop it, because it has nothing to do with you, has nothing to do with my identity, has nothing to do with who I am. It's just a gift. It's something that was given to me, and I have to serve it. That's my mission. That's my purpose on this planet. That's why I came here. And by not doing it, I'm doing disservice not only to myself, but also to you. Because then you also go deeper into your dream and into your sleep, and you also forget to serve your purpose. But imagine if we all courageously were on our path and we all served our purpose and we all struggled together, but we kept going and we just reminded one another that it's possible, you're gonna do this, it's okay, keep going, keep going. And I believe that as humanity, if we were able to create this kind of world where there is division, there is war, there is genocides, we're absolutely able to create a world of love and peace and unity. We are creators, we're so powerful, but somehow we're told to forget how powerful we are. We're taught that from childhood, but that's not the truth. That's a lie. And I don't want to be part of lie anymore. But yeah, it's a constant struggle. I'm currently working on a documentary that has to do with war, and I spent over a year filming this documentary with 6 soldiers who went through war. But while I was making this documentary, I also realized the pain of what we're doing to our Mother Earth. Because to me, war is not about territory. It's about land, it's about soil, and the soil is our Mother Earth. So the film very much, for me currently, is actually about peace. It's about finding our connection as humanity together, because I think it's our disconnect from one another and our disconnect from our Mother Earth that creates wars. I think it's an absolute lie that we can ever own a land. You can never own a land. You are the child of the land. You're the flower of the land. It's the land that owns you. So it was in the making of this documentary about war that I realized that I need to serve something even bigger than the war, but what we're doing to our planet, what we're doing to our soil, and we're completely making it so toxic. And then we are feeling like, oh, we want this land and we're giving it to our children, but this land is already, you made it toxic. You need to stop it. This land needs so much healing right now. Then also with the topic of genocide, I made a documentary that had to do with Armenian genocide because my ancestors are survivors of the Armenian genocide. And where this led me is to the understanding that enemy is such a lie. The idea of enemy is a lie. It's a very fluid subject. You can wake up one day and you can find out that you are the enemy. And that's what I'm exploring with my Armenian genocide documentary, where a Turkish person finds out that they actually have Armenian heritage. So how do you go on with truth now and with the denial? And in a weird way, like also what this taught me is to find again light in the darkness. Like what's interesting is even when I'm dealing with the topic of war currently, because my family tree was cut off for being dehumanized, I refuse to dehumanize anybody, even if it's the so-called enemy. But I just want to approach them with love, which is everything I have towards them. And then if they want to kill me, then they have to deal with their own inner demons and shadows, which have nothing to do with me. And that's what I'm exploring currently with the film. But what I want to do is continue making films that will be accessible to larger audiences, but also be able to help people connect to their truth, connect to their heart, while telling stories that people can connect to easily, like the topic of war, unfortunately. But that's what we can understand right now. But my dream is to tell very quality films and documentaries and just explore our divinity, explore consciousness, explore this magic that we're in right now. I think everything is connected. And as filmmakers, we can do so much because we have the tools of being accessible to so many more people. I think everybody knows their purpose. I really don't, I don't know. I think deep down inside, they all know their purpose. I think they're just afraid to listen to it and to follow it. And I don't blame them. It's horrifying, especially in the current world that we have created with the current values that we have and live in. But honestly, I feel like everybody has a purpose and they all know their purpose, and they just need to be able to silence the noise as much as possible, because the purpose is in the heart, and the heart doesn't scream, the heart whispers. And in order to listen to the whisper, you have to use tools such as meditation, you have to be alone with yourself. So I think everything that the world is advertising us to do, just think of that and do the complete opposite. Don't numb your feelings. Don't go watching TV 24/7. Don't play video games. I mean, I don't know. I feel horrible for saying that, but you will find the purpose in the silence, in every sense of the word. Literal sense of external silence, but also inner silence. You have to find inner silence. And that also is something I'm currently working on while I'm making a documentary about peace that has to do with our external world. I'm actually in the process of finding my own inner peace. But what I feel as a director is, if I'm going to tell the audience, find peace, create peace, then I myself have to be the guinea pig who has to find inner peace. So I'm literally currently going through a lot of hardships trying to find this inner peace. So again, I want to remind people, it's not easy. It's difficult. But don't give up. It's it's beautiful when you're on the path. It's so much more peaceful. 90% haven't found their purpose because we're always distracted, and we created a world that is doing everything so that we will not find our purpose. Because we need to be robots, we need to work for other people, we need to do stuff that we think we have to do it in order to make money. But that's not really the truth. I think when we all serve our purpose, we're going to be able to create a better world. And a lot of people love the jobs that they're doing, so it's not like everything is going to stop on our planet the moment we decide to live our purpose. But I think it's important to not be distracted by the noise. And that's also why I think movies and Hollywood are so important, because I think entertainment has such a powerful role. It is hypnotizing. It literally hypnotizes people from childhood. And if we can either distract or destroy. To me, it's the same thing. And with movies, we're not really destroying things, but we're distracting. And when you're distracting, you're pretty much destroying. And that's the reason why I don't want to serve something that is going to distract audiences. But in reality, I want to do something that is going to awaken them to their deeper truth. By living my purpose, I think I had an effect in a way that they too started living their purpose, but I don't feel that I have done something, because I think they always had their purpose in their heart. But somehow when they saw that, okay, so this person is being more silent, let me be exploring the silence a little bit more. Like, for example, my mother, she started meditating a lot, which she has not been doing before. And it's very much bringing her peace. And I think that's the beauty and the magic of our gifts, that truly the more we live our gift, the more we can give the chance to others to live their gifts. Because somehow we are all, like, we literally are all one. We are each other's mirror. So the higher you go, the higher I'm going to go with you, especially if we're in the same field. And for example, we're doing this interview and you're inspiring me to talk about all of this and to go into my deeper truth. And then this is going to inspire somebody else to go to their deeper truth. So it's going to have this ripple effect. But it all started with you, because you're living your truth. And we literally just met, So it's something very little. So what I'm trying to say, it's not like I helped them and oh my God, how special of me. No, they help themselves. Nobody can help us. Only we can help ourselves. But I think the more truthful we are to our purpose and the truth, the more others are going to find their truth. It's a vibration, right? Everything is vibration. So we just have to vibrate on the level of truth. Oh, it would be so playful if everybody was living their purpose. So joyful, so beautiful. Yeah, I think it will be a different world, and we can create this different world. We're all creators. If we create this world, we're fully capable of creating another world. I absolutely believe it. We can create a world of love and peace and healing, joy and compassion and playfulness. Or at least that's the world I want to create, and that's the world I want to live in. I also was thinking that our purpose is kind of like this roadmap. I believe we all come to live our dreams. And our purpose is a roadmap hidden in our little hearts. And once we tap into our heart and open this roadmap and just follow it like a little curious child, the road will take us to beautiful places. We just have to trust and go to love as much as possible.